Hello everyone, and welcome back to the next episode of Transport Fever 2 Island Mode, where in the last episode we got this beautiful train line set up. We also got some boats to go all the way over to here, Staines, and a nice fuel set up here, with stuff transporting back and forth. But really, I think the plan for today's episode is to really expand all these setups. So first of all, this train line is going to be expanded and it's going to kind of start junctioning out after Bolton. So, it's probably what's going to be one of the tightest curves you've ever seen. Like this. It is literally going to do a turn in this direction like this. Yeah, so, I mean, what we can do is we can literally just bring out, we can do 2 tracks this way and then, yeah. We just got rid of this road for now, because it's just annoying. If we kind of bring this to like the point where it's slightly going around the bend, and then maybe a little bit more. We've got a good amount of money anyway, because our lines are making us a lot of money. If you go to here, then we can go straight on from here. And hopefully, you might have some room. If they do awkwardly separate a bit, just do some sort of junctions. We kind of like did some stuff like that, and then went for the crossover. Just like this and this as well. And even maybe this. And this, and then go like this, and then this, and then maybe also, if we're feeling generous, this and this, and then yeah, that's enough crossover sections. So yeah, they'll be coming in this way and this way. So yeah, this track here is the one I'm most interested in right now. This is going to go straight. It's going to go straight for this little bit of probably beach here, which connects up the land, and it's gonna. This is not going to be the fastest train line because we are literally going to try to. We're not going to do any bridges where we can avoid them. We can actually keep it double track for now. There's no reason why we can't. Yeah, so that's then gonna bend around that way. Yeah, you can see it's slowing down a bit there. But then we can do that, and then I'm not exactly sure what to do here, because we could get a railway line across here. So it quite possibly could be a bit of a triangle junction to get a railway line through Redhill, Bradley Stoke, and also to get one up to Whitby. So I don't really have a plan for this. For now, I think we're going to. I mean, the main thing is to get a railway line to Whitby for now, because that has the boats to the other towns in this area, and that will basically just get stuff more connected. So, if we brought this slightly further, like I said, this isn't going to be the fastest train line, but if we went to like there on the bend, that kind of works. And then we are going to have to do a bridge here, because there is no land connection. We're going to go over this bit of water here. If we just use the M key a bit, create like a nice bridge, nice tall bridge as well, or at least tall enough for boats to get under. If we go like this, we can't actually go up any more, or whatever, that'll do. Hopefully at least some boats would be able to get under there. We'll go for the oldie style bridge, right. And then we'll go into here, and then the approach to Whitby might be the least easy bit of this. Because essentially we're going to have to get the station we get in, there's not going to be that much space for it, quite frankly. Can we even get something like this in? Yeah, this is going to be tight, but yeah. And could we get 3 tracks, 3 platforms in? Yeah, just about. But yeah, no, that is a tight squeeze around here. That kind of awkwardly doesn't quite connect well there. There we go. Delete back a bit, it works fine. Okay, that works fine, and then... Yep. There we go. Just gonna do the junction like this. There we go. It's not the most efficient one. It's not the most visually pleasing one, but it works. And that is all that I actually care about. Right, let's do signals a bit, but... yeah, let's kind of get some signals going down. You've actually done quite good with keeping it double track, right? So we can start running services down to Whitby now, but I think I do actually want to, well, we can get this bit done. Let's not try to get 2 tracks across there, particularly with what it's going to have to do this bit. So we are going to have to do like some bits where it like briefly goes, kind of reduces to single track, like here. But do a nice gentle merge in so it stays at 75 miles an hour. And then, yeah, no, this is going to go across this road here. Now, see, I'm not sure quite how to do this bit here, because it's about to split up again. It's like a silly thing of like, what if we like split it into 4 tracks here? Which could be done, you know, genuinely. There we go, like that, like that. Because there's no point in like sending a train over to the right hand side for it only then to cut across to the left, because it's got to do the junction, so yeah. So it's a bit weird to suddenly go from 4 lines to 1 line, but it works fine, I think, probably. At least it should work fine. There we go. Do this junction, nice and 74 miles an hour. That's kind of slightly like, oh, why couldn't it be 75? But it's fine. Let's just redo the signals on this junction here. And then we can do another couple of signal sets down here. And this is gonna start to go around the other side of the crude oil extractor, whatever it's called. Oh, that'll do for a bend. Just do signal, signal, signal. Let's get some signals in the middle there. Just do something like that. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That'll be good, right? So, and here we obviously want a merging signal. Okay, so the railway line's hanging the snake round here. Do we want it to go that far? I'm not sure we do actually on the bend. Let's go to as far as there. Yeah, no, that is not gonna enjoy the level crossing, so it's gonna, yeah, no, this is gonna be a bit of a winding railway because it's then he's gonna have to swing around this direction somehow. We've got to work out what we're doing with the station in Redhill. So for now, I mean, I don't see why not just do this is very bog standard. 2 platforms, 160 metres. We are slowly getting towards the point of not having that much money left. But it's fine. So then this will have to, straight after the station, we'll have to start turning. We'll actually get it to not go around this road, but yeah, then it's going to have to do a bit of a serious turn there. So it's down to 50 miles an hour there. Right, so this is hanging me another bit to try to line it up for essentially going just about possible if you get the right point there. There we go. Okay, so if we just go down to there, and then we merge it in. So, there we go. We shouldn't have that many trains on this line so that like a little single track section will be problematic, but yeah, right, we're only going to need to bend it around to there, and then straight a little bit, and then do we keep it running along this kind of the beach basically? You know, this is a bit there, yeah, but once we're beyond here we can stretch it out again back to double track. So yeah, this is quite frankly not actually going to be, I mean, if you're coming from like Faversham all the way round, I mean, quite possibly we'll do something with boats across, that I'm not sure, to be honest. But yeah, we're just gonna, actually let's go for the inner line, because we can go closer to the road if we know what our limits are. If we just went like that, we could cross over the road and then run round to there. There we go. Then we can have a bit, yeah, it's a bit faster now. Heading into Bradley Stoke. Let's bend it round beyond here, right. And it's a question of where do we want to stick the station. We could just put a station in here. But we might want some more money if we want before we build a station. Wherever we put the station. Yeah, we're now in debt as soon as we press play. Don't worry, we do have profitable routes, we will make money. The other thing about Bradley Stoke is, I mean, it's just an annoying layout anyway. We're probably going to need a bus route around here, or stagecoach route to move people around. Let's redo the tracks so they do a bit of a better approach into here. We can't afford to demolish something. What is this? Yeah, no, we're kind of the constant cycles of earning money and then paying for stuff. But yeah, okay, we've suddenly got a serious amount of money, so let's quickly get everything done before that money disappears again. So, if we just do a split crossover like that, and then like do the kind of cool kind of signals. I decided to level crossings, and then yeah, signals here. Yeah, that'll do. Or maybe we could push these a bit further. Actually, whatever. So we have really the possibility of creating many new train lines because of all the junctions. But I think the main thing we'll want is something that runs round here. And I think to start off with, we're not even going to have a direct train from Redhill round to Bolton, or maybe we will. Maybe we will. Well, it won't be our top priority, so we've got one route we can do here, which is either platform at Bradley Stoke to any platform at Whitby. So that's, yeah, Bradley Stoke to Whitby, such creative line names, I know. We can have a Whitby, any of the platforms, to, actually no, scrap that. We're going to have another one that goes Bradley Stoke. Is that on the other platform to the other line? Yeah, 2 is the correct one, yeah, to be on a separate platform. Although we allowed them to use both, it's better to at least set them up to be on different platforms. Right, so this one. We could bring it to 2, couldn't we? Yeah. It's kind of a weird way of doing all the junctions, but okay. I mean, actually, it's not too bad. I mean, we allow plenty of crossovers opportunities, but it doesn't matter too much, right? And then back down to Redhill. Now, this line we won't. This is our kind of lowest priority for getting set up. But it's Bradley Stoke to Bolton. Right, and then we are going to extend Newcastle to Bolton. Bolton sidings, it's going to go, in fact, number 1. And then it's going to go down to Whitby. Platform, let's call it platform. Let's put it platform 1. So it uses the crossovers a bit differently, but whatever. So that's now Newcastle to Whitby. And we probably will want to upgrade the train, get another one on whatever, all of that stuff. But for this now will open up a whole ton of new connections. Just by actually just extending that train line from Bolton to Whitby now means all our passenger ferries around here, so Penrith with the bus route to Darlington, Pickering and Shoreham, will now be connected to our network here, which is Bolton, Faversham, Newcastle. So a lot more journeys can be done, and then we'll get a train that can run down that line there. And it's a bit of a stretch to get a train out of here, but then again, why not? So that's probably the best locomotive we have right now. Passenger carriages. Not really sure what the point of getting those is. Probably best just to go for these. But yeah, if we just get whatever this is with a 48 capacity, we can stick that on our Bradley Stoke to Whitby line. Bradley Stoke to Bolton, we'll wait till everything's kind of settled and we've got enough money to actually get that train properly, because that's like the lowest priority route. At the moment they can just change at Whitby if they want to travel that way. How's this train line doing? We're gonna, I think we're gonna give this a little bit of an upgrade. In fact, quite frankly, we could just don't actually need to get rid of replace the carriages. But yeah, we can. I don't know if it's let's get up to 60 capacity, and we'll probably end up getting another one as well. But yeah, it's cheaper if we don't replace the carriages, which are the same ones we would be getting, right? Yeah. So that's the new train on Bradley Stoke to Whitby, right? How is coverage in these places? Red Hill is okay. Bradley Stoke is not the best. I think I'm going to start looking at ways in which we can do bus lines or whatever in these places. Just as an angle like that. Okay, we're waiting for a bit of money, I think. Which we do not have. Come on, game. Make some money somewhere. Surely one of our nice money making lines will be making lots of money. If we look at the balance of our lines, Faversham Fuel's never going to make money because that line's a bit odd. Penrith Bricks Delivery, okay. And then Bradley Stoke to Whitby, the new passenger line. But yeah, if you look at some of the profits of our other lines, it's like, yeah, surely we can get out of the negative bank balance. There we go. There we go. We did a road like that. And then we did a road like that. I mean, ideally we actually get something connected up here, but chances are we run out of money before. I know we can't afford that. Whatever this road layout is, we're good with. That's fine, right? We're just going to do a one-directional loop. It just covers the area. So stops fairly often. They don't need to be this often, but they will be. Just because this is for coverage, not for efficiency. So, well, it's efficiency of coverage, not efficiency of the route itself. So, need to be that right. We could, if we ever wanted to get vehicles in the future, get them for Red Hill from this depot as well. But for now, it's just this one, right? This one's probably a slightly better passenger vehicle. I don't think we need that many of them. So let's start with 4. But yeah, let's rig it around the loop and eventually more roads will be connected up. But yeah, that's Bradley Stoke bus. That's literally what I'm going to call it, and the vehicles are already assigned because I did it when creating the line. Right, so Bolton still, yeah. I think if it's got most of the town connected, it's fine, and I won't bother changing it. Right. If you look at the number of passengers waiting to go each direction there, this is probably where we start to think, okay, do we need another train? This will cost us about 2.5 million. This new train, if we just clone the other one, or want another one of exactly the same. So yeah, we have now got some fuel on Faversham fuel, and that is now a full train. Some left over, yeah. Are we looking? It's down here, yeah. This always seems to have some fuel waiting. It's a bit of an off period between boats, but yeah. This has always got more waiting. Get up to 50 vehicles, I think. And it seems silly, but like, yeah, rate 437. Yeah, I mean, that's trying to send 800 over there. Admittedly, it doesn't need to, but yeah. With how much all of these are levelled up, but yeah, that isn't getting as much as we would like. But yeah, this is getting really full of vehicles, this area. But right, yeah. So even this line's probably going to be quite busy, but I think the first priority is another train on the Newcastle to Whitby line. The second priority will be the Bradley Stoke to Bolton train, I think. And yeah, we can have a look at this boat line, because this boat line will get busier as a direct result of having the passenger train line at Whitby. Because essentially, and it's not a direct connection, they do have to get on a bus, but they can get from this boat line onto this train line, or these train lines. So essentially, yeah, the number of connections in different places will be a lot higher. So that leaves with 29 people on board, but yeah, it's going to be, yeah, there are more people waiting at Bolton than we could take, or that train could take. Right, we're going to wait, and I think as that train's coming back from Whitby, it's a good time to buy this train set out on the line for them to be roughly evenly spaced apart. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a waiting game still as to getting enough money. But yeah, we can just wait. I think yeah, everything's going well so far in this series. But yeah, no, it's interesting. Yeah, there was enough money for the train, right? Let's put that train on the line, and then we'll wait for a bit more money to get a train on the Bolton to Bradley Stoke line. Then maybe look at where else we could extend passenger services to. So just like that, we magically now have 4 million. Yeah, it was only like letting the game run for a couple of minutes. It wasn't even that long. Anyway, stuff should be going better here, and we're now going to get a... We'll keep it to 48 capacity, maybe. A train for Bradley Stoke to Bolton, just to make that connection. Where is the train on this line? It's quite, yeah, this line's quite overloaded. Maybe if we take, actually, maybe, yeah, given we've got a bit of cash, let's upgrade both these trains, including the brand new one I literally just bought, to 60 capacity. Right, so essentially from Bolton there are then many more directions train lines can go in once you get to about this point here. They don't even have to be train lines, we could do like little boats across. There is a bit, yeah, it's interesting because there's a lot of islands here. If we brought a train line down like Wakefield, Widnes, Neston's a good place to connect to. Little bridge there. Might need a bridge here as well. Then yeah, there's also Thong here, there's Hawley. So yeah, there are lots of ways this train line could go. So interesting one, right. And we're gonna have to spin this around so that it doesn't run into this grain plant, and we're going to have to destroy some fields, probably, whatever, but that will give us nicely. We'll keep it on play mode because I don't see why not. Nothing's like going to get in our way or anything. So yeah, we could try to get a railway line down this way to kind of get a connection over, but yeah, I think, I mean, how are we going to do this? We want some sort of connection, but there are two different ones we could have, plus, I mean, line over to Barrow probably is the natural first place to take it, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Thong's not particularly close, yeah. Like, Thong's the sort of isolated place that won't actually get the train line. I don't know, yeah, shall we? I think... start to bring it around, yeah. How much do we bother about? Yeah, I think we're going to go for the more expensive option here of essentially sending the train line on a bigger bridge on a less efficient... Yeah, this is going to be a less efficient bridge crossing. So yeah, this is going to cost us quite a bit more to build. But to kind of maintain kind of an easy route for the trains. So it's been raised up a bit so that the boats can, at least some boats can get under. But yeah. So we can then bring the train line all the way around and in towards Barrow in Furness. This is going to be very much an end station. We could do, yeah, let's do 3 platforms here as well. If we go back, we could go even for 240 metres, because why not? It's a decent sized place. It's a decent, probably could do with a decent sized train station. We went like that, like that, like that, like that. Notice I'm not really bothering about cargo yet with these places. So let's line up to Barrow, and then yeah, getting it over to Neston is once again going to be a not particularly cheap bridge, but it might be worth it. There's a point about like how do we run the train line through here? Genuinely, I'm not sure with all of this kind of messy setup. Let's try it. Why don't we? Yeah, let's keep it as. Okay, that's gonna be expensive. Yeah. Yeah, no, that is gonna be very expensive to do something like this. Yeah, let's just keep it to there. If we could get like. Oh yeah, we're not gonna get an entrance there because there isn't a track. Dare I say, build a 4th platform. This is gonna bankrupt ourselves deleting all these buildings, yeah. Okay, right. Passenger buildings. If we did it like there. There we go. Right, we're gonna need to delete more to get the railway line out, and then yeah. It's gonna be a particularly cheap job, this. Yeah. Let's see if we can gather a bit more money. Maybe that'll do. That would be quite. Yeah, we can merge it in like that, that's fine. Yeah, we don't have enough money again now, right? Yeah, now the money's gone out, yeah. So. Yeah, this might be a bit of a slow job to get this built and then get the passenger line set up. Even just over to Neston. Quite frankly, Neston's a very good place to get to, because it's another one which we've been giving a good supply of cargo now. So, I mean, it's not that big, but it's quite big. It's shrunk a bit, but yeah. Yeah, right, let's see what we can do with the train line now. So. Let's do this. Let's get, once again, not the most efficient setup for the junction, but yeah, get a crossover there. And they can use all 4 platforms, but yeah, it's not going to be a huge station, and we're not going to bother to... Yeah, for now, I think we're just going to leave it in Neston. So, if we bring it to there, if we try to bridge it up and over to there, yeah, that's about as high as it will let us go. Right, yeah. But yeah, nicely raised up so that... Because we want to do everything so... And, in with the fact that boats may be running in mind. So yeah, let's bring it a little bit closer, just so we don't have to send that bend as far. Again, yeah, a little bit closer still, maybe. I know the bend will be tighter, but because of the bridge here, yeah, we want a nice smooth radius like that. There we go. There we go, that is, yeah. Ooh, that's not quite the same point, actually. There we go. That's still a little bit less neat there, right. And then another one to go around here, so has that on the bend. A little bit longer this direction, maybe? Yeah, that'll do. There we go. So, now we can get signals in on all of our train lines. Right, so, these ones are just going to be classic junction ones, right, yeah, we just run out of money and then we just got to load them back. Right, pause. We can actually finish off the signals now, probably. Right, there's not many signals on that bit, but it's fine, there won't be that many trains. So, what sort of train services do we want? So we probably do want Neston, Barrow and Furness, though that's like the least of our priorities right now, if we're being honest. So, Neston, Barrow, technically it's got the hyphen, so okay, Barrow in Furness. That's probably, yeah, I mean we might send like it to Widnes and then one line to Wakefield, one line Hawley and maybe round to Thong. So there's that, and that what I might do, I think what's a more major route, right. And then another one that's going to go Newcastle. It's going to go non-stop to Bolton. Send it into number 2 by default, but whatever, any platform, right. So that should use the bypass lines through Faversham, which it does. Right, and then after Bolton, it's going to go up to... Do we send it up to... Neston, maybe, actually, yeah. So that's at the moment. Let's just call it Newcastle to Neston. Then, I'm tempted actually with the other line. Change this up a bit. Get it to turn around in Barrow and run back to Bolton. Number 3 maybe. And then go back, yeah, basically do a different platform. So that's now Neston to Bolton. So yeah, that's a different kind of way of doing it, because Barrow is going to be an end station. We may as well actually reverse there rather than 2 separate lines. Yeah, what did we do with Newcastle to Neston, did we? Yes, we wouldn't even make it stop at Bolton on the way back. There we go. Number 4, that's a good one. So yeah. Okay, so actually I think the priority is Bolton to Neston via Barrow as getting the first train. And then lower priority is the Newcastle to Neston, which is basically just a faster route and a capacity booster, not a new connection. So same trains, we'll probably want to achieve a 60 capacity again. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a wait for 2.5 million or whatever. It's roughly 2.5 million. But yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, this will actually be most of the extent of our train lines though in this series, because quite frankly there aren't that many other kind of big islands or islands right next to each other where we could hop a little kind of even little bits of land between them that we kind of hop a train across. It's going to be a lot more difficult elsewhere, which is why we're going to probably from next episode go back to the boats more as being the actual kind of main way to get to most places. But yeah, certainly once we've got the trains around here, we can then make sure we get some more harbours in near train lines. For example, we've got one in Newcastle we yet to use for passengers, but yeah, that's on the train line. We can then look at, we can close this, it's fine. We can then look at Barrow's probably going to be a good port to use. Because yeah, that's a decent radius around the train station to go this direction. So maybe towards Enfield, towards Raunds or Eastbourne. That direction, maybe it's kind of more far flung as well. Over to these islands like Ripon. We can then have somewhere on this island, maybe Widnes, to go over to Epsom, to go over to Halstead. Right, I've almost got the money to buy the train, so just direct the attention back to that. Because it'd be a shame to miss out. Okay, yeah, now the expenses have gone out, so maybe waiting a little bit longer. But yeah, that's kind of, and then we've already got Whitby as a connection for this area. Could even set up Bradley Stoke to go across to Staines or Solihull rather than going. We've got the cargo route from Newcastle, but that's going to be a bit, yeah, that's quite a long distance where we could just send it from Bradley Stoke, or we could send it from both, or we could send them between the two by boat as well. This kind of shortcut the actually quite long train line, which you have to change trains for anyway. You could, yeah, do just a boat route between Newcastle and Bradley Stoke. Right, pause. That is a lot of money we've got right now, so yeah. I'm going to get a train for, what's it, Neston to Bolton, which connects up everywhere, and then yeah, we'll also look at getting a train, yeah, because this is a busy line, and yeah, we'll look at getting the Newcastle to Neston, then yeah, like I said, I've got 2 train lines going into Neston. We'll probably get both to run as far as Widnes, and then one to Wakefield, one to Hawley. Although, quite frankly, this isn't that much of a sea gap. We could send them into Shoreham, or we could not. Or we could use Hawley as another kind of port area to get boats across to Shoreham and Pickering. And then around to Thong. I mean, that would be a long way round to go from Bolton to Thong by train. But yeah, this is where we could also like get a little like, we can even like bring the train line out to a little harbour here, get a little boat line across, or even a boat line across to here, get a train station on this end. So yeah, the possibilities are, well, could be endless anyway. Yeah, we've got 13 people waiting there, so if we're waiting here, a few waiting here, or yeah, this is the big interchange, Bolton. So expect a lot of people to be waiting around there. Right. We're close to being able to afford, yep, another train which we can put on Newcastle to Neston. Which can have a capacity relief for the other lines. So yeah, I think we'll end it there. We've got some nice train line expansions going now. So yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.